Hi Jose. First of all, Dele Alli, it's the first time we've spoken to you since his post on social media. Can you tell us what you said to him, or if you've spoken to him at all about the incident?
Yeah, of course I spoke with him about that. But for me, it was quite easy conversation because he was very sorry about, let's say, the mistake, but was never his intention to hurt, was not his intention to offend. He immediately regretted, he immediately recognized that was a young guy mistake, a young generation mistake, and he apologized. So my conversation was easy because it was not the conversation of a contradiction of ideas, me not happy and him not understanding why I was not happy. So it was so simple. What can I say? I can say that he regrets, and for me that's the best feeling that he can show. And to have the humility to apologize, I think is also remarkable, because sometimes these young people, they make mistakes and they don't realize they make the mistakes. So this conversation was so easy.
And you mentioned there that he understood where you were coming from. Were you unhappy? Did you express disappointments?
You know, I have a son and a daughter basically at the same age as Dele and many of my players. I know what social media is for these generations, but when you are a public person like football players are, they have to know and they have to be very, very careful. Of course, I repeat, Dele is a great guy. The last thing that Dele is anything connected with racism or disrespect, not at all. But these are current mistakes that young people sometimes makes. But again, the good thing, the best thing for me is regret and apologize. So for me, it's end of story.
End of story, but the FA have asked for his observations. Are you concerned?
Yeah, but I'm not FA. I'm just his manager. I am his friend. Again, I repeat, his same age, has two great kids that I have in my house, and I have to act as an educator, and I think the best way to do it is immediately his reaction. Again, I repeat, regret and apologize. So for me, it's game over.
The post was about coronavirus. If I can just ask you about that, we're asking all managers at the moment. Have the club discussed it about any sort of contingency, any plans, particularly with, you have large crowds coming to football matches and so on, and also looking forward to things like planning pre-season trips, because I know Spurs have been out to that region before in the past. Is that coming to the thinking and discussions at all?
Not in this moment. Not in this moment. The only thing I can say is our solidarity with everyone fearing the situation, especially in China, but all over the world, is our solidarity with people already with problems related to the coronavirus, especially to the ones that died and for the families that are suffering. Solidarity is easy for us to say. Of course, we have our connection with Asia is obvious. Our connection with the Asian funds is obvious. So we care about it. Are we thinking about going to Asia in the next pre-season? Yes, we are. But of course, we need guarantees of safety for our people. But in this moment, we are not thinking about us. In this moment, we are thinking about the ones that are there and the ones that are leaving the problem.
You're back from your winter break. You didn't have as long as some other clubs because you had the cup replay, but have you felt that the time your players have had off has been beneficial? Are you noticing the benefits out on the training pitch for
I'm happy that you don't ask about my winter break, because I was stuck for 3 days in Germany and I couldn't fly back. So that was my winter break. Couldn't leave Munich. Had to go by car from Munich to Stuttgart after 2 days and then get a flight in Stuttgart back to London. So for me it was not the best, but I was there and I saw the match, and for me it was great. For the players, I think they were in need, especially some of them, the ones without rotation, the ones without turnover, the ones that were playing every minute, the ones that were very close to play 30 minutes extra time against Southampton. For these boys come in a good moment. Do you ask me, is the perfect situation? I say no. The perfect situation would be for us to play against Villa tonight or tomorrow early, and then to have 3 or 4 days before Leipzig. In fact, Leipzig plays tomorrow afternoon, so it's not the perfect situation for us to play on Sunday. But since 2004 I am in this country and I know how it works, and I know that we have no protection at all before the Champions League matches. But we have to focus not now on Leipzig. Let's focus on Villa, and let's go there on Sunday for a very difficult match.
You mentioned that you've got Leipzig coming up. It's the start of a run of very important fixtures in terms of Champions League and qualification for next year's Champions League. You've got Chelsea.
It's a very difficult week for us. And then, of course, we would like to play Chelsea on the Sunday after Leipzig, but no, we play Saturday, and we would like to play Saturday 5 o'clock, and we play Saturday 12 o'clock. So it's a really hard week for us. Sunday Villa, Wednesday Leipzig, Saturday Chelsea. But let's go match after match. And the first one, again, I repeat, always difficult. Villa Park, always difficult. Villa, good team, fighting to stay in the division, self-esteem really high with the qualification to the Wembley final. Very difficult match. We have to go with all the potential we have, forgetting that 2 days after we have to play Leipzig.
You mentioned there, when you've been here since 2004, so you know the way the fixtures pile up. Are you resigned to that's the way it's always going to be, or do you still hold out hope that at some stage people will look at the way fixtures are structured and maybe have a bit of sympathy for players?
I'm waiting for too long, and I don't have big hopes. But there are always some clubs that somehow they manage to have better fixtures, and you just look with attention, and you will realize clearly that the situation is much better for some than for others.
Which clubs, and why would you say that they get that preferential treatment? You say?
I don't know. Maybe it's occasional. Maybe it just happened. Maybe it just happened.
I can't be sure which clubs you feel.
Not mine.
Okay, James.
Yeah, hi Jose. In your last press conference, you spoke about the fact you had a little blanket and you were constantly moving it around. You know, your feet were poking out.
The blanket is getting a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it more of a duvet?
Yeah, it's a little bit better now. So no more limitation for Bergwijn. So now he can play. Ben Davies is back. Ben Davies is ready to play. Giovanni Lo Celso is ready to play. Lamela we have to assess tomorrow, but if not for Sunday, for Wednesday. So Ron Foyt is out still a little bit, and of course Sissoko and Harry, but apart of them, we are fine. So the situation is getting better for us and comes in the right time because lots of matches are coming too.
And I know you said you had a bit of a travel nightmare, but has the winter break given you a chance to work on some things that perhaps you weren't able to work on before?
We had a good week. 3 very good training sessions. of course, I told you, if we didn't play Southampton, I would give the players some time, but we would be back early. Because of the Southampton game, we had less time for training, but we had 3 very good days. We went through different aspects of our game to trying to improve them. So, yeah, it was good.
And you mentioned Ben Davies a minute ago. You've spoken in the past about him being important to your plans going forward. How good will it be for you to have him back?
Yeah, in this moment he is back, but he's not back ready to play 1, 2, 3 matches in a row. He's not in the top of his condition. He's not injured. He's training with the team. He can play at least minutes, and of course he's a player that we like very much because he's a natural left back. He's not an adaptation like Tanganga. He's not an adaptation like Sessegnon, which is much more a winger than a left back. But the time he was out was a great opportunity for others to play, and for Tanganga was in the end the opportunity of a life. He played already 6 or 7 full matches with Tottenham first team. For Ryan was the acceleration of a process. He played more matches than normally he would do, and even for Danny Rose was a great opportunity to play 3 very important matches. He played against Liverpool, he played against Olympiacos, probably the 2 more important matches that we had to play, and also against Bayern Munich in the Champions League. So also for Danny Rose, great opportunity to play 3 matches and to show me what he's capable to do.
George.
Jose, you mentioned Danny Rose. He said he didn't feel like he was given a chance.
That's why I mentioned too.
You don't think we totally disagree?
I answered you already. Olympiacos, Bayern Munich and Liverpool. And I gave him a great opportunity to show me what he's capable of doing.
He didn't deliver.
That's you saying.
Last thing. Can I ask you about Jack Grealish? What do you make of him at Aston Villa?
Very important player for them. Very important. They have their way of playing. Maybe they change against us, but the normal Villa is a Villa with this back 5 and the midfield players, and then Grealish is a player with great freedom, with an area of action very important. Of course, very talented, can score a goal, can make an assist, incredible connection with the fans. So easy to feel immediately that he is one of them. He's capable of making the crowd chase the team. So very, very important player for them, for sure.
And David Beckham was here yesterday. Did you have a chance to speak to him?
Yeah, we had a little chance. Not much, because yesterday was one more day dedicated to Mr. Simon. I had to do 3 hours of
45 minutes, by the way.
of what? International
Interviews. Yeah.
interviews. But yes, David is a great guy, and even for the boys, it's very good to be with him. I invited him to go to the pitch, but he forgot his boots.
What did he think of your new haircut?
Of my new haircut?
Yeah, Beckham, what did he say?
Yeah, he had it already, same as me.
Jonathan at the back, you ready?
Jose, last time we saw Jan Tongan, he was very upset being substituted. Have you spoken to him over the last 10 days, and how's his sort of mood and confidence?
Fantastic professional. I can only say good things, not one bad thing. Come out upset, come out sad, yes, and I'm happy that he's like that. I'm really happy that a player wants to play and wants to give 90 minutes, and to come out sad, upset, angry. I accepted that very, very well, especially because he showed respect towards my decision and towards the team. And in the end of the game, 3 points for us, and not 3 points, qualification to the next round. And he was as happy as as everybody else. And by the way, because you spoke about Jan, I connect immediately Jan with his big mate, Toby. Congratulations to Toby and to his family, because he was dad of a little baby last night, so everybody happy with that too.
Will you put Toby involved with the weekend then, or will you have some time away?
For what?
Toby, for his,
Time away for what?
because his wife's so late.
No, his wife takes care of the baby. That's a top professional. His wife takes care of the baby. He was there in the moment. He stays there one more day with his wife, with his new baby, enjoying a great moment for the family. And tomorrow, back to his job.
Ali.
Jose, you said in your early weeks when you joined the club that you preferred a sitting player and a passer in your midfield come duo. Giovanni Lo Celso, is he kind of making a play for that passer role now, or do you feel he fits better in a three?
I think Giovanni had first of all, he showed incredible personality, because clearly, and I'm not going to deny it also because it's easy for you to understand it, when he arrived, I didn't give him a big opportunity to play, or 1 or 2 or 3 matches in a row. So he had to be strong mentally to cope with that. I think when a new manager comes to the club and doesn't give you immediately chances, I think maybe you feel, wow, he's not in love with me. He was not as lucky as some other players. Some other players, I gave them immediately starting, I gave him immediately big matches to play, like I did with Danny Rose, for example. With Gio, no. So Gio had to be strong mentally to cope with that. And then, with this work, with this quality, with this personality, to be honest with you, I think he can play now. I think he can play everywhere. Everywhere. I think he can play number 10. I think he can play number 8. I think he can play double midfield player like he did already with wings, if I'm not wrong. He can play on the right side. He can play on the left, in spite of he prefers on the right and on the left. I think he can play everywhere. Everywhere. I'm so happy with him. And that's it. I like him very, very much. I really like him very much.
Just one last one for me. Are you going to have to rotate a lot over these next 3 matches, or are you confident the players are fresh enough?
You know, some positions we can, some other positions we cannot. That's the basic thing of it. They are not coming from a period of fatigue. You are right. They are not coming from accumulation of fatigue. But I think when you arrive on the 3rd match of the week, only with 2 days in between, and Saturday, they cannot even sleep a little bit. They have to wake up 8 o'clock to go to Stamford Bridge and play. I think for the 3rd match, you have to be a little bit careful, and maybe you have to do a little bit of rotation in between matches. But in this moment, we focus on Villa. It's difficult enough for us to be sharing our concentration with other matches. Let's go for Villa, and for Villa we go with the best team possible to try to win the points.
Okay, Stanley, to you, please.
Jose Tanganga has done very well when he got into the team. Has he done enough to deserve an improved contract and perhaps a permanent locker in the first team dressing room?
He's already in the dressing room with Skip. Both fantastic kids, both kids that we believe a lot. The difference is with Jeffet, the big opportunity appeared. With Skippy, not yet. I didn't give him yet the big opportunity to start matches and play many minutes. But both in the first team dressing room, and of course our objective, what we are working on, is to make them Tottenham players for many years.